Hey everybody! Alright, I'm going to go through the beginning steps of opening up an Illustrator file and the first several items in the toolbox. Okay, so I opened Illustrator. My Illustrator is already down here in my dock. This is the dock. I opened my Illustrator. It's also abbreviated to AI, Adobe Illustrator. You'll be seeing that in my notes a lot in the future. AI, it also means Illustrator. It's an Illustrator file. So I opened up Illustrator, and you should have a opening page very similar to this. It might be a little bit different. Don't worry. It's all the same. I'm going to open up a letter-sized document. I'm just going to click it, or twice. And your Illustrator should open up something like this. It's okay if you have lots of windows over here, that's fine. But I'm going to walk you through how I start a document, and I'm going to walk you through the selection tool, the direct selection tool, and the type tool. So if you take your mouse and just roll it over your toolbox, Illustrator has this really cool preview of what each tool does. So the selection tool lets you move stuff around. The direct selection tool lets you move anchor points and segments, and we'll get more into this a little bit later. Here's our pen tool. We're going to be working on that probably next. Not this time, next time. We're going to skip this one for now. This is our rectangle tool. I also call it shape tool because see this little arrow down here at the very bottom on the right side? If you hit that arrow, you're going to have this little flyout of all these shapes. It's really cool. We'll talk about that later. This is your paintbrush tool, your brush tool. Type tool, yay! This is the rotate tool. You might have something else in here like scale or reflect, but they're all in here. Don't worry, they're all there. Eraser tool, gradient. So go up and down. You'll see lots of different tools. Get yourself familiar with Illustrator and the tools. These tools are very similar to the program that we're going to use next, which is InDesign. Similar, not the same, but similar. So it's a good starting point for type. Magnifying tool, we're going to be using that a lot. Down here are your color boxes. Roll your mouse over. This is the fill and stroke. This is the top box selected. This is going to tell you about your fill color. The bottom, the hollow box, is your stroke color. We'll talk about that later. So, my windows popped out, that's fine. Here, let me close them again. All right, let's go back up here to the selection tool. Just click it once. And come up to the very top. This is the main menu up top. And let's pull down your window options. Windows are the shortcuts to doing stuff within Illustrator. So if you just hit this selection once, your windows are going to pop out. I've connected all these, so that's why it's doing that. Okay, so I just popped out my color panel. I want to pop out my swatch panel. So go through here and select some of these and watch your panels pop out. It's pretty cool. You cannot break Illustrator. Well, maybe not now, but don't worry, I'm here to help you. If you want the window, this panel right here to go away, just click this top little X and it disappears. To get it back, go back under here, under Windows, and you can get it back. We're going to start off with messing around with our type tool. So let's go ahead and pop out our type panel, also known as the character panel. Okay, the character panel is going to let us select different fonts, different font styles, and we're going to be working with this today. All right, I'm going to start off by, and I want you guys to try this. I'm going to make a rectangle with my shape tool, also the rectangle tool. I'm just going to play around with this. Okay, I'm going to make more than one. Just going to go around and make some nice little boxes, rectangles, just to get you guys going, to get you into Illustrator. Okay, see my little target right here? That lets me know I'm still in the rectangle tool and I can just draw as many rectangles or squares as my heart's desire. Okay, I'm going to go back here to my selection tool and click anywhere outside of that rectangle, and you're going to deselect it. You can also see how this is still selected. There's a blue line around it. You can also go up here and hit deselect under select. Okay, that is going to deselect your object. Okay, so play around with this. Okay, so what I did was I went down here to this little arrow. I'm going to make some ellipses, also known as circles or ovals. I'm going to play around with this. Play around. I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to choose my selection tool. And I'm going to move some stuff around. See how I do that? I'm moving it around. Yeah. So these tools are the first to experiment with. To deselect, I'm just clicking outside of my object that's selected. That deselects my object. If I want to smush it, you can smush it this way. Just mess around with it. These little corners are going to let you resize. You can smush it if you want. You can do lots of other things. We'll do that later, but please experiment with shapes and the selection tool. All right, so I'm going to draw a box around everything. I'm holding my mouse down, also known as a long click, and I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard. That's going to erase everything, and I'm back to the beginning. Okay, also, I'm going to throw this in here. If I draw a circle, if I want to undo this, it is Command Z. Undo. Undo is your friend. It's also known as Command Z. We're going to walk through what Command Z actually means next time. It's on your keyboard if you want to experiment. Command Z is undo. Okay, let's get right in and start using our type tool. Okay, so I've clicked the type tool. See how my little box has that little type cursor in it? That means Illustrator is ready to start typing. So when you just hit your type tool on the page, it comes up with this nice little placeholder text. Yay! I'm going to type my name, Nikki Bloomer, and I'm going to come back here to my selection tool. Now you'll notice there's a nice little box around it. That's called a bounding box. This is the beginning steps of manipulating typography, fonts, anything like that. So I'm going to go back over here to my character panel. And if you roll over each one of these little icons, you're going to see what each one of these little guys help you mess with your fonts and type. So right here, the font size is going to let me go up or down. So let's make that bad boy bigger. Let's go up, 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 up. Yep. Down, 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 down. Okay, so mess around with this. We don't really need to know about that right now. All right, so once again, I'm just clicking outside of the font, the text to deselect it. You can also go up here and hit deselect. All right, so if I want to change my font, I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna roll my mouse over here and it says set the font family. Yes, that's what I want to do. I'm going to hold this little arrow down. I'm long clicking with my mouse. I'm holding it down and I can scroll through all my font selections. Okay, I'm letting my mouse go so I can see all of these. This is cool. Ugh, Baskerville, gross. A lot of these fonts I have downloaded previously to this, so that's our font selection is going to vary a little bit. So let's pretend I want this really, really big. I'm going to come over here to my font size, and I'm just going to keep going up like that, okay? If I want to, let's say, see, I just highlighted this, okay? This means it's selected. I'm going to highlight this placeholder text. That's my dog, Ripley. Ripley. Okay, selected my selection tool. I'm going to make this really big. Cool. If I want to type something else right in here where it says Ripley, come back over here to my type tool, highlight this, long click, and I can type whatever I want. Okay, come back over here, selection tool, click anywhere outside your selection, or come up here to deselect. All right, that's going to get us through this first assignment. And please, if you're still a little bit confused, watch some other Adobe Illustrator tutorials, but we will be learning as we go. That's my MO. Learn as we do. And I'll talk to you guys soon.